So how I really made my jump in wrestling is I met this mentor, Max, who took me under his wing along with a few teammates of mine. And so he really taught me the value of hard work and how it could lead to results. But he basically stressed how it's not what you do in these scheduled practices, because that's required. That's what every wrestler on every team is doing. They have practice after school, just like you. So you're just keeping up the speed with them if you do the same. So you need to do more. You need to put in more input in order for there to be a change in output. And so I really took to this like a sponge. I made sure that I would go to these extra practices during the off season, also during the season. There were extra practices, weekends, double up. So during the off season, we had like these practices, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And I made sure that I was at every one. But then there was one time in the summer, I remember, that it was like an afternoon practice, and I was out with some friends, a few of my teammates of mine who were also part of this like clique club, wrestling club kind of thing. And we were with a few girls or whatnot, and we were having fun, and we just like decided, you know what, screw it, we're not going to go to practice today. So anyway, fast forward, it's the county finals. I made it, and I make it to double overtime. And this kid was a stud wrestler, and I'm on bottom. If I get out, I go to states. And so my go-to move from the bottom was my stand-up. So I would stand up, but all he would do was just basically rush me out of bounds. So after like standing up like 8 times, he would just rush me out of bounds, and there was no more time left. That was it. Over. I lost. And I really didn't have another move in my arsenal, and it worked 9 times out of 10 times during my career, during that point, that year, but it wasn't enough. I needed something else, or I needed to be better at it. And I remember just after the match, I'm distraught, and I'm just like analyzing the match, what I could have done differently. And so Max just basically looks at me in the eye, dead in the eye. He's just like, it's not what you did during the match. It's what you did before the match to prepare to win. And that just stung. That just ate at me. But then I really reflected, and I was like, he was absolutely right. 100% right. So I would always revert back to that one practice that I missed. Because that practice during the summer could have been the difference between me getting up and out, or pulling a different move like a switch, or a sit out, or a Granby. Something could have been learned, or I could have been better at that stand-up to be able to get out and win. One practice between the difference of states and not. And that's the truth. That's the cold, hard truth. It's the art of war. The battle is won before it is ever fought. And it's so true. And I use this as fuel for the rest of my life. I never wanted to be in a position where I didn't work hard enough for that match, for those opportunities. Because it's better to be prepared and not have an opportunity than the other way around. I guarantee it. In your life, there will be plenty of opportunity. The question is, are you going to be prepared for the moments to take it? After that, I never missed another practice in the offseason. I signed up for the most intense summer camp in the country. I never missed a practice during the season. I would go in the wrestling room to shadow wrestle by myself during gym class while everyone else was playing kickball or volleyball or whatever the organized event was. I went up to my gym teacher and I requested to do this. I got perfect attendance my senior year of high school. Here is your lesson. Here is your forewarning. Will you lose that opportunity like I did because you didn't put in enough effort? Don't let it happen to you. The following year, I made states by tech falling my opponent.